All right, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a live walkthrough on how to go in and set up a conditional split in your Klaviyo account. If you're new here, my name is Philip Moldovanu. I'm the co-founder of Social Scout. We are an email and SMS marketing agency for e-commerce brands. And so we work exclusively with Klaviyo, and we're also a member of their agency partner program. And so my team and I are directly responsible for over $5 million in email revenue. And I basically share all of our tactics and all of our little tricks on this channel with you guys. I started this channel very recently, maybe about a few weeks ago. So there's going to be a ton more Klaviyo email marketing content being posted on here every single week. So consider subscribing if you're just looking to learn more about email marketing in general. With that being said, you know how we do it here. No fluff, no filler or anything. Let's get right into the tutorial. All right, so let's talk about conditional splits in Klaviyo. Conditional splits are very important to understand. They basically allow you to segment your audience within a flow. So you can segment based on things like behavior, preferences of those profiles, just any type of data point or any type of information that you have in your Klaviyo account about that profile. So conditional splits, the way I like to think about them, the best way to think about them, they're basically like a fork in the road within your flow. So it basically looks at information about that specific profile and then basically decides, you know, what path of the flow they should go down next. So like as an example, one that we use quite frequently within the abandoned cart flows that we build for our clients is a past customer split. We also use it in welcome flows. Very, very, very important thing to do. I totally recommend. I'll walk you through how to do it in a second here. But basically, you know, if someone has purchased a product from the brand ever at any point in time, they go down one side of the flow. If they've never made a purchase before, they'll go down the other path in the flow. So basically, having that conditional split in that flow, we can now kind of distinguish between who's a past customer, who's never purchased before, and we can send them different, you know, more personalized emails within the same flow. And there's a million different ways you can use conditional splits. It's not just for past customers. Let's get into some examples. Okay, so now that you understand exactly how they're used, let's walk through how you're gonna set one up. So we're on the home dashboard here. You're gonna wanna navigate over to flows. Now, I'm gonna create a new flow to kind of show you guys how to do this. Chances are, you know, if you're watching this video, you most likely already have a flow started, which is why you're watching this. I'm just gonna name this, you know, test. So bear with me here while I create this. We'll just make it a welcome flow. So the trigger will be added to list. Now, normally this would be your master list, just for example purposes, I'm using this list. So you have this trigger here. Now, conditional splits, right? So the first split I'm gonna show you guys is a past customer split, okay? Now, what you would wanna do is you would want to, on the left-hand side here, you're gonna see all these different actions, timing, logic. You're gonna go down to conditional split, select it, drag it right in there. So go ahead and drop it in. Now, what you're gonna see is, like I told you, a fork in the road. There's two paths here. So there's a yes path and there's a no path. So basically what it's doing is it's taking this traffic that's coming down this little funnel here and it's splitting it up. It's kind of stopping it and checking it to see what path it should go down, okay? Excuse the voice crack there. So yeah, we have a conditional split here. Now the first split we're gonna do is a past customer split. So we wanna check, is this person a past customer? And the way we're gonna do that is we are going to select a condition here, what someone has done. Person has, we're gonna search placed order, right? We're gonna, if they're a past customer, they've placed an order at least once in the last, I'm gonna change this to overall time. So basically, if this person has ever placed an order with our brand at any point in time, if we have any type of information on an order in their account, in our account, excuse me, they are gonna be considered a past customer. So we're gonna save that. So now we have trigger when someone is added to list. Now they're going to move down to this step, this conditional split here. Person has placed an order at least once over all time. So they've placed an order. If they hit yes, if they meet yes, this requirement, they're going to go down this path. If they meet no, if they've never placed an order, they're going to go down this path, okay? And now what we can do is we can drag emails into here and start the flow here. So if they have purchased before, they're going to be a past customer. We're going to name this email 1 past customer. Save that. If they've never purchased before, it's still going to be email 1, but it's going to be non-customer, right? And to give you an example of why this is so important, I can show you here. So this is a brand that we've made some emails for. As you can see, this is for an abandoned cart email, abandoned cart flow. But just to show you the concept of what I'm talking about here, right? These are the same email. They're both email number 3, except one is made for past customers. One is made for people who are fresh, who have never purchased from the brand before. And so, you know, your perfect pair is waiting. Your next pair is waiting. So these are people who are shopping for, you know, their second, third, fourth pair of glasses. These people are fresh. They have no glasses, right? So your next pair is waiting. Very simple change in the copy there. This is just like a very simple way of showing this. It obviously gets more complicated than that, but just to show you, you know, what you would do is you'd take this email for non-customers and you'd plug that into here, whereas this email, you would plug that into here, right? So that's just an example of how you would use that. Again, what someone has done, person has placed order at least once over all time, okay? Now, that is for a past customer split. Let me show you another type of split that is very important that I recommend all of you watching this to implement. All right, so I've kind of reset everything here. Still have this added to list trigger here. So basically still working with an abandoned cart flow here. The next conditional split I want to show you guys is basically a resend split. So let's say we have this flow here when someone is added to list. So that's the trigger. We're going to send them the first welcome email. Now, the first welcome email is by far the most, can my computer load? Okay. The first welcome email is by far the most important email in the welcome flow. It gets the highest open rate. It gets the highest click-through rate. Like I said, most people are just trying to get their discount code. So it's important that that first email is really received well. And so what we do to kind of strengthen that is we add a conditional split, right? So we basically check here after that first email is sent, did they even open this first email? Okay. If the answer is yes, they opened the first email, then we'll move on to email number 2. Okay. If the answer is no, and these people have not opened email number 1, it's just sitting in their inbox or whatever it is, we'll send them we'll resend email number 1, right? We'll just send it over to them again. Okay. Now the way you would do that, select the condition, what someone has done, person has, you're going to search opened email. Oh, whoops. Person has opened email at least once since starting this flow. So basically, there's only one other email in this flow before the split, so it's obviously referring to this email. Person has opened email at least once since starting this flow. If the answer is yes, move on. Great, you're good. If they didn't, resend email number 1. So I would just change this to email number 1, resend. And I would literally just duplicate this node and put it right here. Because you want to make sure, and we do this with our welcome flows, our abandoned cart, our abandoned checkout flows, you want to make sure that first email is being opened. Okay, so that's another example of how you could use a conditional split within a flow. So there's a million different ways, like I said, you can use conditional splits. I will put in the description of this video a list of different ways you can use conditional splits. So definitely look out for that. With that being said, I hope you got some value out of this. Just wanted to make a video here kind of showing how to actually configure them, what they can be used for, what they look like in an actual flow, for those of you who are wondering about that. If you guys are just trying to learn more about email marketing in general, definitely consider subscribing. Going to be posting a lot more on here. I also have a completely free newsletter specifically for email marketing, where I send multiple times per week, basically just giving tips, giving tricks, giving stories, from my clients' accounts, whatever it might be. I could be charging, honestly, a lot of information for stuff in there. But I'm just kind of building my personal brand right now, full transparency. So that's why I'm able to offer all this stuff for free. So starting off with more kind of like, beginner friendly content here. And eventually I'm going to kind of make videos on more complex, more like anecdotal, check out what we did for this brand. This is how we did this for this brand, little tips and tricks that we've learned that aren't really on the internet. So if you guys want to see stuff like that, definitely, consider following along. And that being said, guys, I appreciate you watching. Definitely implement what I kind of highlighted in this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So thank you. Bye-bye.